today's our lecture is main stages of referencing. The referencing process is divided into three stages: analysis of the source text, determination of its characteristic elements, formation of the corresponding output. Most modern works concentrate around the developed technology of abstracting a single document. The text obtained by combining fragmentary fragments is devoid of smoothness and difficult to read. In addition, information sources are not always read. Always texts at all, because you need to prepare annotations and video recording, for example, of sports computation, or generate summary data on stock tables. The listed referencing tools are designed to process only text information. Finally, they can't work with multiple sources at once. For example, multiple news feeds on the web report the same events. And in this case, a tool that can highlight common places and new information might be useful to researchers. Such as several approaches to overcome these limitations. They fall into two categories: approaches that don't rely on knowledge, are based on the refusal to add new rules. For each new applied field of knowledge or language, the knowledge-based approach assumes that if you can understand the meaning of the text, it becomes easier to shorten it, and therefore the resulting annotation will be of better quality. This approach uses a large knowledge base consisting of rules that are extracted, maintained, and adapted to new applications and languages. However, these two categories are not mutually exclusive. Several hybrid approaches are known. The main limitation of both methods is the compression requirement. The volume of the abstract should be from 5 to 30% of the original text. Another difficulty is the assignment of the means of summarization. It is necessary to guarantee that the abstract is really an adequate substitute for the text. In other words, the user must be sure that the summary expresses all the main ideas of the original. However, abstracts differ by function and target user groups. The progress of science, technology, and production is accompanied today by a high increase of the volume of information in all spheres of public life. Processing of primary information sourced by the Secretary has now been implemented by a high amount of various information in electronic form: global computer network, internet, electronic correspondence, electronic documentation, etc. The quality of information processing is the extraction of its main meaning, precise compression, material for the purpose of getting the essence. This is the purpose of abstracting. In fact, abstracting is a process, and the abstract as its product is also a research activity with a message about the results of studying a scientific problem. Therefore, it's necessary to consider a variety of results of the referencing process, namely the abstract. The term abstract comes from the Latin word referee, report. Dictionaries define its meaning as a summary in written form in the form of a public report of the content of a book teaching scientific problem, of the results of scientific research, a report on a specific topic covering it based on a review of literature and other sources. Reference a secondary document which is the result of turning the information of the primary document. By folding, we understand compression or compression of the text of the primary document during its informational processing. Abstract a brief, accurate statement of the document content, including the main factual information and conclusions without additional interpretation or critical comments of the author of the abstract. Abstract a concise summary of the main information source based on its semantic processing. Purpose of referencing. There are various typologies of abstracts in the literature. Here are some of them. For example, by competence of expression, informative, containing image generalized from the main provisions of the primary document, illustrating the material, the most important arguments, information about the scope of application, indicative, containing not all, but only the main provisions that are closely related to the topic of the reviewed document. All secondary for this topic is omitted. Abstract summary, thanks to the minimum size, remains in memory much longer. According to the number of primary documents reviewed, abstracts are divided into monographic compiled from one document and review compiled from several documents on the same topic. School essays written from several sources, we suggest calling them educational, can be considered as reviews. For reading assignment, essays are divided into general outlining. The content of the document is overall and is designed for a wide, crucially, and specialized in which the presentation organization of professionals with specific areas of expertise. According to the nature of the presentation of the material, there are two types of abstracts, reproductive and productive. Reproductive abstracts that only reproduce the content of the source text. Productive abstracts from the abstract to the dissertation, a textbook of the development of writing skills. Then the abstract will become tabular and the list of questions will perform the functions of the table side panel, and it can define a clear classification on competence of information presentation. Abstracts summarize informative, abstracts summarize indicative. The number of primary sources, monographics, and intended use, general specialization by the nature of the presentation of the material, productive, reproductive.